Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco.
I'm Chris.
Today we got a big stack of comics to talk about. It was a heavy week, which I think the past couple have been kind of light for us.
Yeah.
But this week it was turned back on with full intensity. So let's go ahead and get started here with She-Hulk number 4. So that's the A variant there, which all the A variants have been pretty solid with the big, solid splash not splash, with a big solid, just, full color, bright background.
Yeah.
Things in this one, obviously. We also got the Dodderman variant. I've been really enjoying all these Dodderman variants. And yeah, it's super solid. Again, this story is a little bit more slice of life in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of the slice of life of superheroes. And things are still kind of weird, but it's, it's pretty calm. The action is...
Stakes are low.
Yeah, well, there's like action, I guess, but it's not... I don't know, it's almost kind of therapeutic action, They're just... or more just like a hobby action, I guess. They're not, not really fighting, to save the world or nothing. Had some interesting cameos in this issue.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy the series still. I think it's super solid. It's very refreshing and different from the rest of, superhero comics. So, been enjoying that one. Then we have Venom Lethal Protector, number 3. I was thinking farther along in this one. We picked up the B variant.
The V.
Now, I don't know what artist this is.
They draw Venom good.
I do gotta say, I feel like this issue was a bit of a nothing issue until kind of like the very end. But I don't know, because basically, without getting into spoilers, something happens and then something instantly is undone.
Yeah.
And that's all this issue is. Like, it'd be one thing if something happened in issue 1 and then it's undone in this issue.
Except
then okay.
For the thing that happens at the end.
Yeah. So really, all that's good, all that's important, I should say, about this issue is at the very end. I do like this artist, whoever's drawing the interior for Venom.
Kind of nothing happens. It's still a fun read. Did you ever read? I guess
Fiorelli. I'm not familiar with that artist, but they draw a good Venom face. What?
We'll get to it.
Okay. But anyway, enjoying this series. This issue is a little weaker just because it felt very pointless. Then we have Avengers 57. That's the A cover there. And I didn't read this. Chris is reading Avengers.
Yeah, this is about... let's see, where is he? He should be on this cover somewhere. The guy right there in the front with the Eye of Agamotto and the World War II garb. That is what this issue is about. I assume for the next couple of issues we're going to be getting... because I know the next one is about the Samurai Ghost Rider.
That sounds sick.
Yeah. They're called something cool. Hold on.
Well, in the meantime, he also picked up the Gala variant.
The Ghost Ronin.
The Ghost Ronin. That's a good name.
And I assume the next couple issues are going to follow these characters that aren't exactly known. Like
if the samurai, what's the
Cowgirl and
Ghost
Cowboy
Ronin?
there, the other Iron Fist.
If the Ghost Ronin
maybe
can
the T-Rex
be read as like a standalone issue, let me know and I'll read that one.
Yeah.
If you think it's possible. Because that sounds really neat.
This one could basically be also read as a standalone.
Yeah.
Except for a few little hints here and there about the wider...
Yeah, and that's probably fine. Like, I imagine if some people, probably don't care so much about him.
I guess let me explain a little bit. It's about a World War II soldier that gains the power of the Sorcerer Supreme. It has to cut his training short to fight in World War II.
But yeah, if that sounds interesting to somebody, or if, the Ghost Ronin sounds interesting to somebody, then, maybe they could, maybe just pick up a single issue, possibly. And then we have Captain America, Symbol of Truth, number 2. He picked up the Gala variant on this one as well.
I had to have both Captain Americans stripped out. It was necessary.
How'd you feel about this issue? I didn't read this one as well.
I liked it. I'm going to be real, though. I don't remember what happened in the last one.
Sometimes it's like that.
So I was like kind of picking up some pieces here and there.
Oh yeah,
it leaves
joins
off on
in
a really
this
cool
one.
note. You should look at the cover for the next one. Don't show it to the camera, though.
Yeah.
It's a spoiler.
There was something that I couldn't show as well. What am I looking at? Wait.
Yeah, that's not the cover.
Did I pass it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the cover?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a weird format. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. So moving on to a book I did read.
You did read that?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think? I thought I loved Wolverine.
Hold on. New Fantastic Four, #1. Now, granted, this book did come out last week, but there were several books that some of the variant covers came out this week. So we didn't pick up New Fantastic Four last week. However, there's an Art Adams variant. I had to grab it. So, and we were kind of thinking about maybe reading it anyway. So since I was grabbing this, we were like, why not? Let's go ahead and read it. To answer your question, I like the Wolverine. I
just like the way he interacts with Spider-Man a lot.
Yeah.
That first scene there.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah,
this
that's
page.
really good.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff with Ghost Rider in here. Joe Fixit was very fun, and there's a new character introduced. I assume he's new.
Yeah, I am too.
And he was pretty interesting. We don't really get a lot of answers about this new character, but something is up with him. And basically... Oh, by the way, well, in case you aren't familiar with the new Fantastic Four, because this only has Wolverine on it, so it's Wolverine, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, and Joe Fixit.
Yeah.
Because I really don't care for the Fantastic Four, but this is a more interesting team.
That poor Vulture.
Yeah.
I can't say anything, it's a spoiler, but
yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty genuinely curious about what's going on with this, like I said, new character. Nothing major, I don't think, but interesting for the story. And I'll be curious to see how it unfolds. And if nothing else, go get you a nice Art Adams Wolverine. And then moving on to the variants here, #1.
You read that?
I did.
What did you think?
It was kind of interesting in the fact that, so I knew it's called the Variants. There's obviously a bunch of different versions of Jessica Jones on here. Honestly, reading through this thing until pretty much the very end, I kind of, even though I knew there were going to be variants that popped in, I was just like, I don't see
why is this called Variants?
I don't see why this is, how this is going to happen, what this has to do with multiversal stuff, which, they're doing now. Everybody's doing multiversal comics. But it was a pretty interesting read. I enjoyed it. And I guess we didn't really get an answer on what's going on with the variants.
Yeah, no, there's no answer.
But,
they just exist.
mainly what was interesting about this is just some good old Jessica Jones.
But so far, this is a better variant book than Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, that's true. Then moving on to a book I've been very excited for a while. We have Iron Cat #1 by the man Jed MacKay. So basically, I think it was 2 Black Cat series ago, 2 or 3, I can't remember now. But Tony Stark, well, not really. Tony didn't make it, but Stark Technology made a Iron Cat armor. And so Black Cat had an Iron Cat armor for a little bit. And then it's back, but Felicia's not in the suit. There is a mysterious person inside.
Yeah.
And neither Felicia or Tony are too happy about it.
I like the last, I think it was the last words of the book. That Tony says.
Oh, yeah.
That was really fun.
Yeah. Which I think this is going to be a pretty interesting little team up. You don't really get to see them team up in this issue. You get to see what's going on with Felicia, mainly her, and then a little bit of what's going on with Tony, and then at the end they kind of meet up. But this is definitely setting up. I assume this is going to be a mini series. I'm not positive, I'm not sure how long it's going to go. I don't know if it's going to be 5 issues or
This is the last one.
10 issues or something. But we also picked up some cool covers. So we have the Ron Lim variant, which I think is super sweet looking. Very, very cool cover. And then also the Momoko variant. And honestly, I can't decide which one I like better. I think they are both super, super solid variants. And, you know, I'm always down to read some Jed MacKay. I'm always down for Black Cat. So, I mean, it was a win-win for me. What do you think, though?
Oh, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall.
Yeah. You know, a bit of setup, so I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Having not read any of the other Black Cats, you can just hop into this.
Yeah.
It tells you what goes on.
There's one important factor, but yeah, it tells you. Didn't really tell you how, I guess. What happened with her and Fox in the last issue or in the last series, but you get the drift, I'm sure. So then also moving on with some more Iron Man stuff, we have the Iron Man Hellcat Annual. I picked up the Art Germ variant because I also love Art Germ's work. I am dreadfully behind on Iron Man. Also really confused on why Hellcat's included in the title. Because Hellcat's been in the series since issue 1. Is she getting into some stuff?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Hey,
Why did you drop on my face?
Did I drop it? Oh, yeah, they're under my leg. She's getting into the bag you left.
Oh. Anyway, so it was just weird to have her, like, it's just an Iron Man annual, you know what I mean? But anywho, so that's the end of our Marvel stuff, which will bring me to my sponsored segment, which I'm sponsoring myself. So if you want to support the channel, make sure you grab yourself some keychains.
$5.50.
Check out my Instagram. I'm posting some pictures. I will be posting more. I kind of stopped for a minute so I could catch up on orders because these things have been really popular. But I have all kinds of keychains for various, really well-known books.
On keychains.
But I also am doing custom orders and everything. So check out my Instagram. Shoot me a message on there if you are interested in those. They, like I said, have been very, very popular. And I appreciate all the support that everyone has been giving me. So now, well, I guess we'll go ahead and also continue this ad break a little bit. Mentioning tonight we will be streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern, continuing to play Raft. The new update is here, and we are very excited.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun last week, and if y'all want to come chill, hang out, talk about some comics, and watch me struggle underwater, then...
Watch me struggle while with him struggling.
But, join us tonight, and we'd love to see you. So let's continue on with Star Wars. So first off, we have Obi-Wan #2. And we picked up the Sprouse variant because I love the Sprouse variants.
Yeah.
These are his new set of Sprouse variants where he has like the lightsaber and everything in this format. We're going to see an old style of the Sprouse variant here in a little bit. But yes, I mean, Sprouse always kills it.
I don't remember what the old style looks like.
You'll see.
I'll see.
But anyway,
also a good read.
This issue, I didn't like as much as the first. So with this issue, we confirmed, though, that each comic is just going to be a different story from Obi-Wan's past. Yeah. I kind of had that feeling, but I was like, because I don't know, I felt like the character from last time was so interesting. I wanted to learn more about that character.
It's still possible.
True, but I don't know. We'll see. So this is this one takes place with Obi-Wan still as a Padawan, on a mission with Qui-Gon. It was good. I liked it. I like that first one a lot better, I felt like. Which, I will show you the cover for the next one.
It got me really hyped.
Yeah, super excited for that. So, and I guess it's also kind of going up in age, because the first one was him as a child, then this one is him as a teenager, I guess, and then, we're going to get him as a commander. General, whatever he was, I don't remember. But yeah, pretty good series. Just yeah, I mean that's gonna happen though. I think with when you have a bunch of stories that don't really connect, some are gonna be better than others.
Yeah.
So moving on to Han Solo and Chewbacca. I thought we got the other cover.
You said you didn't care, and so I grabbed that one.
I thought we agreed on the other one. Oh well, I don't care that much. I don't think either cover was very good.
striking.
Like on the last issue or the issue before, I don't remember, was that awesome Art Adams Chewbacca.
Yeah.
That was a great cover. This is like, you know, it's fine. The story, pretty good. I've been enjoying this series. You know, it's just a fun little heist story with Han Solo, Greedo, Chewbacca, and I guess if you haven't read the story, the other guy might be a bit of a surprise.
What are we, 3 in?
Yeah, whatever. It's his dad.
He was introduced in the first one. Yeah, he's his dad. We're not reading it by now. It's his dad. He meets his dad.
Interesting things going on with them, and like I said, it's mainly just
potentially his dad. There's still some doubt,
I guess. Oh yeah, this is the one that I can't show you the next cover for, because there's a really cool reveal at the end, but the next cover will instantly spoil it. But I'm pretty hyped for it.
This ties into that one of the books of Crimson Reign somehow.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Did it say something?
The lady with the purple hair.
This one?
Yeah. You don't remember her?
Oh, is she? Oh, that's her.
Yeah, that's that situation that happened. Remember? In that other book.
I didn't make the connection.
I mean,
because she looks so vastly different.
Yeah, but like she's also on the cover.
This cover?
Yeah, there's her eyes.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention to it.
No, he's fine.
Interesting. Okay. And I like that character too.
Yeah.
And which is funny because I was like,
she's like
this seems like a
Jedi artifact girl.
I was like, this seems like a very interestingly fleshed out character for someone that's in here for a very short amount of time. But that makes sense now. Okay. Interesting. I like to see a little bit of interconnectivity, which Star Wars always does.
I like it when it's really light like this, because literally they meet for a moment, they'll probably never see each other again.
It's not a big deal, but it's just like, oh yeah. And then moving on to Vader, which we did not read. So here's the A cover.
Yeah.
Diamond screwed us over and didn't send us our Sprouse covers. Because again, so it's a Sprouse cover just like this Obi Wan cover.
But with Vader.
Except for it's Vader and it looks sick.
Yeah.
So we'll be getting those later on whenever they show up. There was a couple... Wait, was that it? That was it that we didn't get. There's a couple other books that the shop was missing. But that was the only one that affected me. And affected me greatly. This is the old style of Sprouse variant.
Okay.
So yeah, this is... So I guess these are called the 50th anniversary variants. And I guess these are just, I don't know... Sprouse variants.
Choose your destiny. Does it say that at the bottom of every one?
You know, I don't know.
Where's the Grievous one?
Probably over there.
Yeah,
but anyway, so this is Dr. Aphra something 21. This awesome book of Boba Fett or End of Mandalorian. I don't know, whatever. But super sweet variant. Like I said, I love these Sprouse variants. I don't know. I think he kills. It's funny because really, it's just like here's a character, you know, like here they are, they're just standing there, but he just does them really well, you know, and it's kind of almost like a trading card. It gives off like real just how he does his stuff.
Oh, I forgot where he was getting the stuff.
It gives it off like real trading card vibes.
Out of there. Come here.
Our dogs are, well, a dog is being a menace.
You left bags in your bed.
Yeah, well, she shouldn't be in my bed. And then, last thing, well, not last thing, but moving on to our indie titles, I should say. So starting off with a new book from Chip Zdarsky, we have Public Domain, which touches on the topic that's been in news, you know, for a little bit now, more recently though, of, you know, comic writers and artists and stuff not really being compensated for, you know, when these movies end up making billions and billions of dollars. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, these artists and writers get a thanks in the credits, and that's more or less it, you know. It touches on that idea, but I don't feel like it's too preachy.
Yeah.
A tad bit on the edge, but not too much. While also, I feel like there is a story here. There is something especially that interesting that happens at the very end that I'm curious to see which way that goes. But I feel like this is kind of a book for writers in a way, because it's also touching on like, so basically there's this character named Domain, and he's whatever, the Superman or Iron Man or whatever, he's the big hero that and they're making movies on him and this, that, and whatever, and so we're kind of following. I feel like the son of the artist, I guess, is the main character. Yeah. But anyway, so the artist for the series and the writer for the series, we don't know why, but like they don't talk to each other, and there's some kind of tension in between them, and so like I feel like there's just a lot of like real life kind of things woven into this story. It feels like a very personal, introspective story of a comic writer, and it's kind of neat, like to get into the mind a little bit of the people that make these awesome stories that we enjoy so much. And as always, Chip Zdarsky's great, so yeah. I really was digging this issue. I'm curious.
It was pretty slow, I feel, at first. Right
yeah.
until like the halfway point was where it started picking up a bit.
Yeah, I mean, this, as far as I can tell, isn't going to really be like any kind of action comic at all.
No.
It's just going to be a bunch of dialogue, which if it isn't your thing, it isn't your thing. But yeah, I mean, if you just want, like I said, I mean, I said what it is. It's just a story for writers by writer, I feel like. And also, and I like it. I like that it focuses on the aspect of like the artist as well, and like ownership, because a lot of times I feel like the writer gets shafted, but even more so the artist gets shafted.
Yeah. People, I feel like, don't understand how much of character the art really is.
Yeah. And how like how, if like in a different reality, if that series, even though it's written well, but if it didn't have that art, if it didn't have a really good artist to go with it that made it so iconic, that maybe that storyline would have been kind of forgotten or not as well received or something.
I'm forgetting the name. Old Doctor Strange. Art. It literally slipped my mind.
I can't think if he did that, yeah. But
this, like, I'm gonna feel like such a dummy when I realize it, because they're like one of the biggest names in comics.
Well, I don't know, Kirby. I don't know.
Kirby.
Okay. And so it's like I don't know who originally started doing.
I was trying to think of an example. Like, imagine the one Doctor Strange scene of the Dark Dimension, where everything's all wild without Kirby's art to influence it whatsoever.
Well, I'm not even necessarily talking about that.
It just wouldn't be the same.
Well, I'm just talking about how like some stories, because like for me, I always take it back to music, which I used to play guitar and drums and sang and did, I was kind of all over the place. But where I really felt at home was at drums, and I felt and still feel that a lot of people don't really understand how important the drums are. People just think you're there to hold the beat and whatever, but like you really give, and I know this sounds stupid, but you give the rhythm to the band. Like you give the feel of the music, and it's just one of those things that you don't necessarily like pick up on immediately. But there's a lot of bands that if you see, they'll lose their drummer and then suddenly they get a new guy and you're like, this band's just not the same, which can happen with a guitarist or swapping any member, sure, but I think when you see a guitarist switch, you're like, okay, this guy has a very different style. But when people see a drummer switch, I don't think they make that connection, because they don't. I guess it's not as obvious in how it, how important it is to making. But anyway, so I kind of feel like that with. I feel like it was nice that they really put kind of more of a spotlight on the artist than the writer, which I thought was kind of interesting. Anyway, moving on to BRZRKR number 9. So this is the first time I've been getting all the foils, and I only got one foil this time, which is a sick cover. Really sick cover.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Well, it looks more gold there.
Yeah, in the regular cover.
On the regular cover, it's like mustard yellow.
Yeah. This series, or this issue more so, thin as always. Pretty fast read. Not a lot happens. Cool things, but honestly, probably one of my least favorite issues is just, I don't know. I'm kind of ready for this series to be over. I don't even know when it's. I don't know if it's a 12-issue series or what, but
what are we on now?
9.
I feel like it's been out forever.
I know. Yeah, it just. I feel like I should be on issue, like, I don't know, 6 at most right now. Just nothing's happened. I feel like that. I shouldn't say nothing happened. Every issue is something very little happens, and it's fine. Like in the Venom issue, very little happened. But if in issue 1 and issue 2 stuff was moving along, but if issue 4 keeps moving along, then everything's fine. If it happens every now and then, whatever, no big deal. But when every issue is just a tiny little morsel of progress, and there's not much substance, it's mainly just, him punching through some people's faces. And after 9 issues, that loses its luster,
You think the trade of that is finally going to be the size of a real comic?
It might be. It might be. And then for the final one we have, what's the furthest place from here? Number 7.
I'm still trying to figure out how this is based on a true story.
Yeah, I didn't hate this story, but I stopped reading this a while back. I didn't love it. It was fine. I enjoyed it.
This one didn't pick up where the last one left off. I don't know what's going on.
Did you skip an issue?
Nope.
Interesting. But, yeah, I don't know.
It, vaguely explain. It doesn't even explain why the universe is the way it is. It just explains why the kids are in that neighborhood. That's it. Even then, it doesn't explain what the big tall people are.
I didn't get there.
It doesn't introduce. It introduces new people. They're like cannibals or something. I don't know. The kids almost starved in a movie theater, and I don't know what's going to happen.
All right, well, that's all we got for you this week. Yeah, there's a lot of books, I felt like. Join us tonight.
Hello.
Wednesday live stream, 8 p.m. Eastern. Streaming some Raft. We're going to have some good times. Hopefully I will struggle to have some level of competency. Make sure you check out check out my Instagram. Check out all my keychains. I'm going to keep making more keychains.
You like watching me suffer? Watch us play it
out. That's all I got for you. I got some interesting things, some nice little collaborative pieces in the works.
Like that arm? Tastes good.
Also, I wanted to clarify, because somebody asked me the other day, what's up with my CBCS submission that I thought was coming back forever ago at this point now. So there's a bit of a miscommunication with my grader, or not my grader, my presser. He told me that they were scheduled, or not scheduled, but they were like in the grading phase. I misunderstood, thought that he said that they had been graded, and I was like, sweet, should be shipped out here soon. So to my knowledge, they are still in the grading phase. I don't know what's taking so long, other than the fact that they have started the Express, they reworked their thing, and so that's like kind of priority now, because people are paying more money, and they got to make sure it's money back guarantee, so they got to make sure those are going out. Which, by the way, I did send some comics in to Express, so I will be getting those back within the next couple of weeks, unless something terrible goes wrong. But that being said, I do realize all that is slowing down my other submission, which sucks, because I got 10 books waiting there, and I really, really want them back. Got some really interesting stuff coming back. I still have 2 books at CGC from over a year ago, and I think that's all I got at CGC. I think I'm done with them now once I get those books back. I was able to retract. I had a shipment that was going to go to CGC, and I pulled it back and sent some of that. That's some of the stuff I recently just sent to CBCS. And I think that's all the grading news. Hopefully, though, with this new 2-week turnaround time, we'll be having more unboxings on the channel. I'm going to be using CBCS unless they somehow start screwing up their express, which we've been using up at the shop, sending them books to get graded for the shop, and it's been about 2 weeks on everything, minus some original Ninja Turtles that are magazine size, so those take longer. But other than that, yeah, they've been killing it. So that's all we got for real now.
Bye.
Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.